Please put your hands together for JOKIA.
Can you see by the dawn's early light, and what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. And oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Killeen, Texas, please make some noise for JOKIA. They said backstage, they said, hey, don't worry, just walk out, start talking to him, it won't be awkward. And they were wrong. That's what I drove here from Fort Worth, Texas, and I love the drive out here, but I do have a little gripe. Whoever it is that keeps buying decommissioned Crown Victoria police cars, you're the worst humans on the planet. I just want to get that out of the way. Nobody likes you. That car has been the same car for 17 years. We have the same reaction. When we see a Crown Vic behind us, we see it, then we see it a second time. We sit up perfectly straight, smooth out the wrinkles on our shirt. I turn it to adult contemporary rock. I don't know why. I just have never gotten a ticket with saxophone in the atmosphere, so that's a little tip you can use. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you guys. I wanna let you know that I bought one of those fake cop cars from a cop auction, and it was the best $2,000 I ever spent in my life, all right? I owned the road, $2,000, and it changed the way everyone drove around me. Like when people would see me in their rear view, they wouldn't just change lanes. They would jump somehow, hide their face and pray as I made just record time. And the only time I would ever slow down to the actual speed limit in the cop car, I would get into the slow lane, lock my car on the speed limit exactly, because the first thing I observed is nobody wants to pass a Crown Victoria. That's what I learned. What I learned is that people will get into a single file 1.5 mile line directly behind my car, as if to say to the cop, this is what we do when you're not here, officer, I swear. You can trust us. And what I would do, just to frustrate them, is I would reduce my speed 1 mile per hour every minute until I'm eventually going 60 and an 80, and I force somebody to pass me, and not only am I not a cop, but I look like somehow Ellen DeGeneres and Tim Tebow had a child, like, ha 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 ha. Not a cop, just wasting your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. There's something about guys over 35, when we fall in love, we just start putting on weight immediately. Our testosterone takes a dip. I find myself crying to Zales Diamond commercials. It's beautiful, but also human at the same time. Gotta live it. I've put on 33 pounds since I've gotten married. That's alarming. My wife, I feel, has broken the contract of marriage, which she's only gotten prettier and fitter, and I've gotten fatter and paler. All right, that doesn't seem fair, but that's just what happens. And instead of changing the way I eat or exercising, I'm selling my wife on the idea of the belly. The first thing I said was, the fatter I get, the less I have to iron my clothes. You know when your clothes become your sausage casing? You know what I mean? Like, check this out. You can't see wrinkles from any angle. Look at that. All these buttons are at 45 degrees, right? But of course, my wife and I cuddle, and having a belly is an advantage because when you spoon, now that belly, it's like we lock in like puzzle pieces, you see? I grew it for you. If I lose it, how are you gonna have that lumbar support when we cuddle? How's that? My wife and I, real quick, we don't want kids. I have no issue with kids. I have an issue with one kid that made me rethink fatherhood altogether. I was on a cruise ship, and one kid looked his mom dead in the eye and said, "Shut up, Barbara." I gasped, because if I had ever said that, I would not be telling jokes right now to you people. You know that. Our parents were quick to correct that. But I stood there and looked at Barbara for like 10 seconds, and she didn't move or say anything. And I'm like, hey, Barbara, do something. I ain't no snitch, right? It's just me. Or tag me in, right? I'll suplex him if I gotta, but kids are scary, man. And kids are the only people on the planet that can make friends with spirits and poltergeists. Have you ever seen a scary movie? That's the truth. Every time a scary movie, right, there's that obligatory scene where Sleepy Dad's walking down the hallway and he checks in on his kid to make sure they're okay. And in scary movies, kids, they're always like hovering over their bed, or they're up against a wall like this. And you're acting like that's not scary. But if you were about to get on an elevator and someone was already on it like that, probably not gonna get on that elevator. You might almost like, oh, haha, peace be with you. No, not today. I saw the movie Devil. I am not for this. No, I know I'm not ready to be a dad, because if I was walking down the hallway and I looked in and my kid was up against the wall like that, I'm gonna have a real honest reaction. I'm gonna be like, oh my God. Good luck with that, Kevin, right? Just drill it shut like that. That's the devil's kid. I don't know what he's gonna do. If he's my kid, he's gonna know how to fashion a rope out of sheets to lower himself out of the window. Find me, let me know he's not Diablo. That's a weird way to end that joke, I realize. But in that joke, I have a 2-story house. So in the future, comedy is going really, really well. That's the truth, though. Hey, thank you so much, guys. My name is Jon Stringer. I just come out here, tell a story or two, and introduce the real meat and potatoes of this event. The next person coming to the stage, I'm so happy. I didn't know I was going to be introducing this level of person. Just know that I am underdressed the way that I am. I'm introducing your mayor, a guy who spends every day from morning till night serving you. It's a service job. Guys, make some noise for your mayor right now, Jose Segarra.
All right, good evening, everybody. I can't see. Look at all these lights. But first off, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. It's truly a pleasure to have an event like this here at the city. I want to thank everybody for putting such a great event on. A lot of times we live here in Killeen and we don't realize we have a lot of talent here, don't we? And you're going to get to see a lot of this great talent. I've done a couple of these. I'm really appreciative of all the people that have put this event on. And it is so heartwarming to see so many people out here that really put on a good show. And with that said, as mayor, I want to take advantage of recognizing how important this event is by introducing some of my fellow council members that have come out here to support this event. And I hope I got everybody, but I know I seen some of you guys as you walked in. We got Mr. Wilkerson, if you'll stand up and wave to everybody there. Mr. Harris, right here. And we got a couple of our newest council members, Ms. Gonzalez. Welcome, Mrs. Gonzalez. And Mrs. Cobb. All right. Am I missing anybody? I want to make sure I got everybody, but I think we might even have a quorum going on here. So. But I just want to come up here and just say thank you again for being here. It is truly a pleasure that you came out here, especially in this rain. I had to come up here because I think we're doing a recording. It's going to be shared on the 4th of July. So, right, is it 4th of July? Okay, well, I didn't hear what she said, but August 7th. August 7th. All right, but hopefully we all came out good on the video so that when August 7th come around, We look sharp. But anyway, I'm not going to sit here and say anything because we got a lot of people coming out and waiting and ready to put on a good show. So again, thank you very much and enjoy the show.
Coming out and talking to you guys, I never actually introduced myself. I am a stand-up comedian. I know that probably came across when I started telling jokes. I've been on Netflix and iHeartRadio, not that you can see it, but my jokes will pop up. Not all family friendly. It's a different group. I always like to pretend when I'm doing a clean show that my grandma is sitting in the front row. That's the only way to guarantee you won't slip up, because the only person that makes you feel terrible for saying something wrong in front of the wrong crowd is grandma. Grandma's judging and loving eye at the same time. And for now, that's my wife. My wife is fully my handler. That's the only way to say that. Like, I talked about the weight gain. I'm going to tell you exactly how this went down. All my food comes through a window with the receipt stapled to it, fast food. Have you ever ordered so much from a fast food window that you have to create a fake second person to justify the amount of food you're asking for? Like, your middle order, you're just like, yeah, number 2, add a patty, add cheese, large fry, large drink, and what did she want? Oh yeah, large vanilla milkshake and 3 apple pies. That's what she asked for. I know, she should eat better. I'll tell her you said so. Like, the worst. I know guys do this. Ladies, you should be aware of it. It's called the second dinner. It's the dinner we have on the way home. Although we know dinner's waiting for us, doesn't hurt to stop by Whataburger, does it? That's just where you go through, have yourself a meal. That's the trash you can't take inside with you. That's the trash you got to put back in the bag from which it came. You got to turn that receipt into confetti so she never sees that receipt. You got to take it to the outdoor trash cans that roll and have the flippy lids, tuck it in there, because if she finds it, you can imagine. I eat badly. My wife has something called willpower. I don't know what that is. Congratulations to her. But she eats badly, but it's like in cute amounts. Like, she eats chocolate chip cookie dough. I can get down with that. That's a good snack. But for her, eating badly is like 1 or 2 spoonfuls in a week span. And I'm sorry, if you eat sweets, that's offensive. That's not eating sweets the way it deserves to be eaten. I ask those who know how to eat sweets, you know how chocolate chip cookie dough comes in a 1-pound plastic wrapper like ground beef? That's 1 serving. You know how I know? It doesn't have a resealable package. That's how I know. They're asking you to finish it. They're asking you to be an adult about this. And I'm always up for the challenge. I peel it, I eat it, and the real dessert for men over 35, Rolaids, Tums. We know the secret. That's how you fight back the fire in your chest. You know what it is. But lately, I've gotten into double stuffed Oreos. Double stuffed Oreos, I'm convinced that's a perfect Oreo. After the invention of double stuffed Oreos, let me just say to Oreo right now, Oreo, you can stop making single stuffed Oreos. It's an inferior cookie. You know who that cookie is for? That cookie is for the person that likes to dip a cookie in milk and eat it while it's still crunchy, AKA a psycho. That's the only type of person that does that. The rest of us like a little thrill in our lives. We like to hold on to the very edge of a double stuff. We hold it under so long, we know at any minute it could break off and fall to the bottom of the glass. We like a little chaos. We waterboard our cookies like, who do you work for? You know what I mean? Like, who sent you? And we know we need the double stuff because it's like, it gives it some rigidity. You can swing it up to your tongue and it can dissolve. All right, I've thought about this a lot. Anyways, same thing happened this last Halloween. When I was a kid, Halloween was the holiday. That was my favorite holiday. That was you and your friends dressing up, walking 10 miles, collecting what you could. That was the holiday. And it has changed now. I realize it's not as safe as when I was a kid, so they have community center events and Halloween-themed events where you're already lazy kids. They just show up with a pillowcase, walk 100 feet, and fill it to the brim. The rest of us had to walk 8, 9 miles to fill up half a plastic pumpkin head to find that mom and dad partied on your dime, so half of it went missing while you would, and why did mom and dad have to look for poison? Are they poison control experts? When was that ever a thing? Did you go to school for that? You're making it up. And then, now you're left with the terrible candy, but that's how you paid rent in October as a child. That's what I mean. We didn't have one kid. I dressed up our front yard. I put strobe lights, cobwebs, and I got a bowl full of top-tier candy. Not fun size. It's not fun for anybody. Almost tasted it. Not that. And not one kid, not one on Halloween came to our house or any house on our cul-de-sac. That's because of those community center events. And I was upset. I was like, man, why? Why is it? I was upset until I realized that I am the proud owner of a gigantic bowl of top-tier candy. And I could not wait for my wife to go to work. Same scenario. She's like, be productive. Don't eat all that candy. Literally called me out, and I'm like, don't worry about it. And she leaves, and I bolt her out, and I get the candy. And today it's Ancient Aliens. It's not as good. I'll still watch it. And I got 8 hours candy eating, let the wrappers fall where they may. And the scariest sound a man can hear in his life is his wife's car pulling up into the driveway before it's supposed to. Even if you did everything on your chore list, every box checked, the house is spotless, if you are caught in a seated position when your wife comes home, I don't know why, but men just think that's wrong. It's just wrong. And so when you hear the familiar whir of the engine in the opening, we just panic. We just start dusting surfaces we've never seen before. We're just like, the alarms, everybody up, fire, go. And but I've done something wrong. Literally, wrappers laying all over the floor, all over my lap. I've not thought about a lie. She's 4 hours early. I'm just grabbing the candy wrappers, shoving them into my pockets. So full, in fact, that if I walk in front of my wife, it's going to sound like I'm wearing a diaper. That's where I am. Almost 40. That's what I'm doing. And my wife comes in, immediately sees that half a bowl of candy is missing, and she's like, John, please tell me you didn't just sit around eating candy all day. And I was like, oh, no, absolutely not. Our neighbor with the 2 kids, I bagged it up. I took her half the candy. I said, please, you're doing us a favor. We don't need this in our house. Which I'll admit is a really good lie. Like when I haven't thought all day about it, that's like game 7, pretty good stuff. And my wife bought it. She's like, that is super sweet. And I said, I'm a really sweet guy. And that night, she ended up doing a load of my laundry. I didn't have to ask, and I forgot to empty those pockets. She lifted the lid on our Maytag. It looks like we washed a piñata on permanent press. I'm like, no! Grow up. If you're fit, listen, if you're a fit person and your life is about fitness, congratulations. We're all really impressed by you, all right? But don't be that fit person that rubs it in everybody's face. Don't let your clothes get smaller and your muscles get bigger. That's irritating. It just is. I was at a Whole Foods grocery store, already a little pretentious as an environment goes, and I glance down the aisle, and I see this tiny, tiny, little skinny woman, almost no meat on her, and she's wearing her yoga outfit, and she still has her yoga mat rolled up under her arm. Okay, you're fit. We get it. You got to represent like that. We get it. I found it a little irritating because in my mind, I'm like, you think when I go to Taco Bell at 3 a.m., I need to wear my salsa-encrusted hoodie? No, like, I don't need to flex. My wife, when she wants something, she gets it. And when I'm asleep, I'm asleep. I'm hard to wake up. So she doesn't do the name, hey, babe, wake up. She doesn't sit on the bed and shake my shoulder gently. If you have a child, you're familiar with this technique. She uses these 4 fingers to pry my eyeball open. Have you ever had that happen? When your eyeball opens and it's not you opening it, it's a very disorienting moment. It is. I'm like, what do you want? She says, I want ice cream. And I say, well, you want it in the morning? Because I'm asleep. And she throws this back at me. More language you should be aware of. She throws this back. She goes, I guess I'll go by myself and get kidnapped. That's so annoying. Yeah, you're owing because you've said it, and it's not clever. Now I'm up, I'm angry, I'm like punching holes in my jeans like I wish you would get kidnapped, you know what I mean? And we go to the nearest corner store. All you gotta do is get ice cream, and I can go home and I can go back to sleep. But my wife finds a way to stir it up somehow. 2 men walk in. It's just us, the cashier, and 2 men. And they're both bigger than me, worth noting, because I don't like getting punched. That's just worth noting. And they go to the beer cooler, and they can't buy beer. They're upset. And I watch these 2 dudes go up and down the aisle and steal the funniest things I've ever seen men steal. I'm not a snitch, but I do like to watch this stuff play out in real time. This dude, who is my age, stole Fun Dip from the candy aisle, went 1 aisle over, and stole Rolaids. I think that's hilarious. I do. I think he's like, Greg, you love sugar, but you know you are prone to heartburn, all right? Hook up future Greg. And his friend stole pins and a 2-pack of sponges. And I'm like, of all the things you can take, why do grown men need these things? And I go and find my wife, and I'm like, man, my wife is going to think this is hilarious, babe. That dude stole sponges and pins, and his friend stole Fun Dip and Rolaids. And she said, they're shoplifting? Yeah, that sinking feeling. I'm like, no. You see the size of them? Don't you dare. I'm telling you this. And she screams out, sir, these men are shoplifting. And I don't know how that worked out for her. I got in the car and took off, right? I did. If you have a partner like mine, they need to learn. If you snitch, you get ditched. That's the new baseline. Hey, real quick, give it up for yourselves. You've been a fantastic audience. I am introducing your next performer. They are true, and the list goes on and on. I hope you have the energy. This is such a good night, and you picked such a great night and a good event to support. But this next, I didn't want to mess up the intro, so I typed this out. I got this right. I love magic. I just love it, and if you've ever seen it live, there's just nothing like it, so let me get this as good as I can. Tonight's entertainer has performed all across the country. He's been in the game for 15 years. He's performed at colleges, private events, and clients like IBM and, Chase Bank, Facebook, UT Austin. You've seen him on Good Day Austin. Guys, please, please, please put your hands together for Robert Terry.
I want everyone to know that I've had my 2 weeks, my 2 shots, but I just want to be safe. I'm now sanitized for your protection. We can now enjoy today's show. What I want to do right now is I want to prove that coming tonight and watching me do magic, you're going to get the real deal, the good stuff, the good magic stuff, the stuff that you're going to talk about until you get to the car tonight. I want to do a piece of mentalism, meaning a kind of mind reading. I'm going to read your thoughts, and I brought a whiteboard with me. And I'm going to ask someone in the audience, let me see. You, sir, in the sports coat, what is your name? Jose, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I want you to think of a 3-digit number for me, okay? Okay, are you thinking of one? Do you want to change your mind?
No, I got it.
You're happy with the mind you have? Yeah. Good, I got a 3-digit number. Okay, here we go. I'm going to attempt to, okay. Yeah, I definitely got it. For the first time, Jose, what is the number you're thinking of?
398.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys recognize talent when you see it. All right. So let's do this. I don't have a lot of time. You, sir, right there in the front row, what is your name?
Ken.
Ken?
Yes.
Ken.
Yes.
Good memory. Now, Ken, what I want you to do is, can you tell me, yes or no, are all these faces different?
Yes.
Yes. Are all the backs different?
Yes.
It's okay. It's a lot of pressure. I'll make the question easier. Does this look like a normal deck of cards?
Yes.
You can't do this with a normal deck of cards. Let's move on to the other thing. I just want to see how closely you're all watching. Call it out loud. How many fingers am I holding up?
2.
Good. Now how many fingers am I holding up?
2.
Close, 10. Magicians, we get together and have magic conventions. And it's about as cool as that sounds. And we get together at a hotel convention center and try to fool each other for about 3 days. And one night during a show, I saw a gentleman on stage do something I've never seen before or since. He took a piece of rope very much like this, and he folded it in half, and he cut it in 2. He took those 2 pieces, he put those together, he folded those in half, and he cut those into 4ths. He took those 4 pieces, he folded those in half, and he cut those into 8ths. He took those, he folded those in half and cut them into a lot. Then he let one piece stick out the bottom, and he let one piece stick out the top, like this. Then slowly he drew out the bottom piece, and that piece of rope went back together again. I don't know how he did it. I wish I could show you guys. And now a famous classic of magic by a magician by the name of Mr. Roy Benson. He did nightclubs in the 40s, and he invented this beautiful trick. It's a candle trick. For this trick, you need a candle and a clean dinner napkin. You need a dinner napkin. Watch. A candle and a napkin. Watch. Help! Okay. I'm now going to sculpt sculpt a balloon animal for you folks. It's a giraffe. I didn't say I was going to blow it up. Fine. Fine. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing. I want you to think of your favorite animal, okay? Drum roll. Okay, I got it. Braden, for the first time, what is the animal you're thinking of? A dog. You said purple. Here's purple. It's a do-it-yourself kit. Don't encourage me. We'll be here all night. Braden, what's your favorite color? Close, it's still orange. It's the last one I got. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe you've seen magicians perform with animals, doves or rabbits or that kind of thing. There is an animal in my show. Would you like to meet him? Sure. That was half-hearted. Would you really like to meet him? Yes. Okay. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please put your hands together for the one, the only, Stephen the Mouse. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, he's a mouse, a trained mouse. Would you like to see him do a trick? Would you really like to see him do a trick? Excellent. Here we go. All right, watch. This is very exciting. Watch. Stephen, sit. Stephen, roll over. Stephen, play dead. It's a balloon. No, it's okay. Stephen, he's a trained professional. He's a trained professional. He does this all the time. You guys are giving me a funny look. See, it's a trick. He does this all the time. Braden, would you come here, my friend? I would like you to have Stephen the Mouse and all this thunder of applause. Thank you, Braden. And that is my time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
The past 18 months have been very trying not only for our city, but for our nation and the world. We started out with COVID, which changed everything in terms of our routines. I've watched our city during COVID have citizens picked up, take them to get shots. For those who cannot leave their house because of age or whatever it was that COVID limited them, I watched people week after week deliver groceries to them, deliver cooked meals. And not only did we have COVID, we had Snowvid, which was the ice storm of the century for us. That took us all by surprise. I watched our city employees, emergency responders, and most of all, the citizens, those brave souls who got into their vehicles and they braved the road to go find food, water, firewood to deliver to their fellow citizens. They didn't ask who you were, where you lived. I watched them stand up an entire organization in the matter of hours to ensure that we took care of our fellow citizen. That is who we are. We are more or less a city that has been born out of the Army. In the Army, the first principle you're taught is to rely on your battle buddy. Our city has a unique current that runs in it because of that training, because of the selfless service that we're all so used to giving. So unity is everything. A city is just buildings that are put there, roads, infrastructure. What gives a city life is the unity of the people who live there. We are connected spiritually, emotionally, and physically to each other. So unity is the heart of your city. I see acts of kindness here all the time. When you're in HEB and you see a family who's buying groceries that are a little short, I've seen people just, hey, I got you. It wasn't about the dollar amount. They didn't know the name of the person. It was just, this is the right thing to do. We take care of our neighbors. And referring back to the time since we've had COVID and Snowvid, we've demonstrated consistently that we care for each other, irrespective of where we come from. And that's also a part of the rhythm, I think, that we have as an Army community that makes us strong. So unity and just the emotional ties, it makes me feel great. It makes me feel great to be a representative here, to have this honor.
I think for me, being so young and being in the high school scene, I think this has served as a motivating factor for a lot of people, especially the city. We want to unify because of the Black Lives Matter movement and different reforms into the COVID-19 pandemic. There's nothing more that we want to do than get back to normal. And I think we all have that same mission, and with that same mission, we want to be a better society. And I think with that motivating factor going into 2022 and into the future, I think the entire world as a whole is going to be a lot better and a lot safer for everyone. It's important for us to be together because it's like gears, right? The country and the city as a whole is multiple gears. If one gear doesn't work, then none of them ever work. I think that takes everyone as a whole to get the entire machine to work. And I view the city and the country as a big machine. And if one part doesn't work, then it never works. And I think that's why being a unified city or country is so important. And I think that's what we're doing. I think the biggest thing when it comes to unity is trust each other, right? Trust that everyone is wanting the best for each other. If we all believe in one another that you want the best for what I want, then we're gonna be a unified city, right? If we believe that our city council is looking out for the best of us, if we trust and believe that, we're gonna be good. We're in a good place. Our city leadership and our city, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, everyone, they only want the best. And if we all believe that and trust in that, we're gonna be good and we're in a good place.
Started out with COVID and spring of last year, and then in the middle of that, as we tried to keep our city safe and our co-workers and our public safety team safe, in the middle of that, we had some police reform issues coming. We had some serious incidents that happened that really were challenging for the community. And they really focused around policing, and there were some great conversations that happened, and there were And there were some differences of opinion, but man, we live in a really great community where those differences actually kind of strengthened us and unified us. And I was really glad to be part of some of those conversations and some part of those incidents that we can speak freely, sometimes even disagree, but at the end, we were unified and we walked away, I think, a better city. We live in a community where our partner is called the Great Place, and that Great Place extends into the Killeen community. And I have seen in our business, I've seen the bad side, but man, I see some of the great things that go on in our communities, in our businesses, in our churches. I've seen people help each other. I've seen people come together. Man, when we had the ice storm, man, we put a lot of our differences aside and we came together because we experienced something that was unprecedented. I seen people making sure people got food. I saw people make sure that people got to the hospital. They didn't pick them up and say, hey, what's your background and what's your culture? It's, hey, can I take care of you? There were some really great things, making sure that people had food and they had warmth and had shelter. And our community came together, and I'm really glad our police department was part of that. You know, my message to the community, if everybody's on me, I'm saying, hey, we live in a place where our differences is what make us great. And the good thing about Killeen and this community, man, we have a lot of differences. And those differences actually make this a great community. It actually keeps us unified. It helps me learn about my friends from Southeast Asia. I can learn about my friends from Cambodia or Canada because all those people live here. So when we experience each other's differences and different cultures and lifestyles and religions, man, those things, I don't need to travel because I have it right here in Killeen. So those differences make us great. So let's not let those differences separate us. Let's bring those differences together and make us stronger.
Guys, the next group I'm bringing to the stage, I don't know how to tell you that I'm as excited as I am. When I was told that I would be introducing an oceanic performance dance group, I had to Google it. And what we're about to see is a group that performs songs and dances from all of the Pacific Islands. Please put your hands together, go wild for Baila Pacifico.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Bala Pacifica and Chairman Momola Moliaku for Skyman from our local Bala Lima Makung for fear Malako Mo. Okay? That means hi. On the island of Hawaii, we greet you by saying aloha. Everybody say aloha. Aloha. On the island of Tahiti, we greet you by saying yorana. Everybody say yorana. Yorana. On the island of Samoa, we greet you by saying talofa. Everybody say talofa. Talofa. We're going to take you to the islands of Tahiti where we greet you by saying, you forgot already. Yorana. Everybody say yorana. Yorana.
Yorana, 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 Evaine Taiti. Awe, awe, tenene, Evaine Taiti. Diare, diare, diare. Ore, ae. Awe, awe, tenonoha, Evaine Taiti. Go, pare, diawe. Ibora, bora, nuye. Ware, ya, ya, oe. Bora, bora, eh. Go, pare, diawe. Ibora, bora, nuye. Ware, ya, ya, oe. Bora, bora, eh.
Alemai! Yolanda! O te la mai! Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having us. We are Bala Pacific Entertainment. Tuya!
Drums of the islands are beating in my heart. You're with me no matter where I roam. If ever I wonder, if ever we're apart, I know that you will lead me home. If ever I should journey across the deep blue sea, I'll never forget those coral shores. Drums of the islands, I hear you calling me. And I'll return to you forevermore. Yorana!
Thank you all for having us. We are Bala Pacific Entertainment. From all of us to all of you, we'd like to say, Aloha!
Let's keep it going, everybody. Baila Pacifica. One more time. You've never seen anything like that. Don't act like you're not impressed. That was beautiful. That was wonderful. We've got a band coming up next. I just got to waste a little time, and it's not that hard to do. I want to share some language with you that you need to be aware of if you're in a serious relationship, and it's super simple. If your partner ever says to you, I hate it when you wear that blank, whatever is in that blank is going to go missing in 24 hours. That's a guarantee. Like, my wife doesn't dress me, but she doesn't let me leave the house looking crazy. That's just the bottom line. And so I have favorite clothing items. I know a man shouldn't, but I'm sentimental about it. I got this Detroit Lion jacket that's from the mid-'70s, and I love it. And I've been loyal for Detroit Lions forever. And my wife, we're about to leave the house, and she says, I hate it when you wear that jacket. You have nice clothes. Why do you have to wear that jacket? 24 hours later, my Detroit Lions jacket missing from this earth. I go to my wife, I say, baby, have you seen my favorite jacket? And she covers her tracks with this one sentence, you must have left it somewhere. That's all you gotta say to a man, because we're forgetful. I go into this hateful spiral like, oh, I probably did, oh, it's my favorite jacket. And she is without a crime. She covered her trails. More recently, I was wearing my favorite jeans. I wore these to like a Dave Matthews concert and a Wu-Tang Clan concert. They've got great stories attached to them. And my wife sees me, we're about to leave the house, the knees are a little bit ratty. She says, I hate it when you wear those jeans. You have nice jeans, why do you have to wear those ratty things? And I'm like, babe, these are my favorite jeans, I don't listen. 24 hours later, them jeans gone. I go to my wife, I say, baby, have you seen my favorite jeans? She said, you must have left them somewhere. I'm like, no, wait, what? I don't go places pantless, that's not me. It's not who I am yet, right? But I'm on to you. Most recently, she said to me, John, I hate your best friend, Chris. I was like, Chris, you gotta hide, man, hide! I don't know what she's capable of. Lose my number, pow. That's the truth, guys, know the language. That's all that I wanna do right now, because who's coming up right now is gonna fill this place with beautiful noise and energy. Can you guys get excited about the band coming up next? Because you can download them on iMusic, on Spotify. Please put your hands together for the Juliet Band. Please put your hands together.
First of all, we wanna thank the city of Killeen for having us here. And I hope you guys like some Latin music. You can dance if you want. You can get up and dance a little bit. Yeah?
Esa sonrisita que tú tienes me inspiró para hacerte esa canción. Esa boca rica que tú tienes hace que palpite mi corazón. Pero tú aún estás pensando en él. Si me permites de tu cuerpo ceder, y si te ves conmigo, ve preparando tu cuerpo entero, porque ya te estoy deseando. Ese amor fundido que estoy atrando a esa bandera que para ti estaba cantando. No me dejes esperando. Ese cuerpo rico que tú tienes me da escalofríos de emoción. Esa piel suavecita que tú tienes me hizo que escribiera mi versión. Pero tú aún estás pensando en él. Si me permites de tu cuerpo ceder, si te ves conmigo, ve preparando tu cuerpo entero, porque ya te estoy deseando. Ese amor fundido que estoy atrando a esa bandera que para ti estaba guardando. No me dejes esperando.
preparando tu cuerpo entero porque ya te estoy deseando. De que ese amor fundido que estoy anclando a esa bandera que para ti estaba guardando. No me dejes esperando, no me dejes esperando. No me dejes esperando. All right. So that first song we played was Si tú te ves conmigo. This next song is Descarada. So if you want to dance some cumbia, you can get up and dance. No porque hayamos terminado, me he convertido en tu enemigo. No es como se haya matado al que dices es tu amigo. Muchos ya me habían jurado, no diré quién fue el testigo. Yo que todo había arriesgado por estar siempre contigo. Y ahora me tengo que ir, tengo que partir, volver a reír, tengo que escribir y jamás volverte a consentir. Yo a ti ya no te debo nada, no te hagas la sufrida, eres una descarada. Porque hayamos terminado, me he convertido en tu enemigo. No es como se haya matado al que dices es tu amigo. Muchos ya me habían jurado, no diré quién fue el testigo. Yo que todo había arriesgado por estar siempre contigo. Y dice, y ahora me tengo que ir, tengo que partir, volver a reír, tengo que escribir y jamás volverte a consentir. A ti ya no te debo nada, no te hagas la sufrida, eres una descarada. Consentir, yo a ti ya no te debo nada, no te hagas la sufrida. Eres una descarada. Thank you so much. So I think what's happening today is a really cool thing. Bringing everyone together and really coming together as a community, especially after such a crazy year of pandemic and having the winter storm and a lot of crazy stuff going on. So I think it's cool that we still we're together as a family. No matter who we are, we're all here together, and we're all here to love each other. And we're here to share a little bit of love. We love making music, and I think sharing that with you guys makes us very, very happy and makes us love music even more. So let's continue. Yo no puedo creer que estás conmigo. Yo no puedo creer que estás aquí. Y ya tengo un corazón que está contento. Mis amigos me lo han dicho. Hoy brindamos y es por ti. Ya no puedo creer que estás conmigo. Yo no puedo creer que estás aquí. Y van días que despierto en madrugada pensando que sigo solo, pero tú ya estás aquí. Hoy desperté bien animado, me desperté más motivado. Hoy desperté mirando un rostro tan divino. Te agradecí a Dios por ponerte en mi camino. Gracias a Dios por regalarme tu gran amor, que nunca es tarde para confiar en el amor y en el destino. Llegaste tú cuando todo veía perdido. Bendito sea nuestro cariño. No puedo creer que estás conmigo. Yo no puedo creer que estás aquí. Oh, van días que despierto en madrugada pensando que sigo solo, pero tú ya estás aquí. Hoy desperté bien animado, me desperté más motivado. Hoy desperté mirando un rostro tan divino. Y agradecí a Dios por ponerte en mi camino. Gracias a Dios por regalarme tu gran amor, que nunca es tarde para confiar en el amor y en el destino. Llegaste tú cuando todo veía perdido. Bendito sea nuestro cariño. Hoy desperté bien animado, me desperté más motivado. Hoy desperté mirando un rostro tan divino. Te agradecí a Dios por ponerte en mi camino. Gracias a Dios por regalarme tu gran amor, que nunca es tarde para confiar en el amor y en el destino. Llegaste tú cuando todo veía perdido. Bendito sea nuestro cariño. Thank you so much. Thank you, Studio Killeen, for having us today. We hope to see you soon, and please stay safe, stay united, and love each other. Please, thank you.
It was interesting watching the people come together on all the different social media outlets. Neighbors were checking on neighbors. The churches were pulling out and helping each other. It was pretty awesome to see. One of the things that when I was on the campaign trail, I kept hearing over and over again was that people weren't connected and we weren't connected. But man, it was interesting watching how in an instant we were able to connect. And so we were running water to people that didn't have water. I had power and water. So people were in my house boiling water. We were running it to the hotels and to the other places that needed it. It was truly a testament, I think, to our strength and our resilience, for sure. It was exciting to see us come together and we were connected, even though at times, sometimes it feels like we're not. So unity in the community is extremely important, right? So not just when tragedies strike or bad things happen, you know, us being together and figuring out as a community who we are and what we really stand for, I think it's essential. We've got a very unique blend of diversity here that I really think that we could work to our advantage here in the city of Killeen. And ultimately, I think that it's essential to our future growth. It's essential to our progress. I'm from Killeen originally, right? And I always would tell people, like, where are you from? And I'd say it and they would not really know where we were. You know, I'd say next to Fort Hood or outside of Austin. But when I looked at the map, I was like, you know what? When you think about it, truly, we're deep in the heart of Texas. Like, we're truly the heart of Central Texas. And because of some of the diversity and a lot of things that we have going on here, I think if we were to really capitalize on our uniqueness and our family niche that we have and our bond that we have, you know, independently and work that together, I think that we could really make a name for ourselves and come together as the heart of Texas, literally, and show people how it's done, how people can work together despite their differences. It's not a far off thing, honestly. I mean, we know that nobody's gonna always agree on certain things, and we can agree to disagree in certain respects. But ultimately, when it comes to the fact that we have our Fort Hood, you know, our veterans, and then all of our citizens and our educators and our students, and we're rapidly growing, there's so much opportunity that we have to be able to show people that we have the heart of Texas, literally right here in Killeen.
Sure, to speak in particular about the freeze, you had folks just reaching out to other people, making sure they had something to eat, making sure they get their car out the driveway, making sure they had firewood. I had that experience in my neighborhood. I live at Goodnight Ranch. Didn't have firewood. A neighbor said, hey, come on, we'll get you squared away. So people are really willing to help and share. It made me feel good. It just goes to show how compassionate our community is. It's just like when people are on the road, need a tire change, need their car pushed out, people step up and do those type of things in our community. It's not common in a lot of communities because a lot of people are reclusive or they keep to themselves. Killeen has a way of just reaching out to people and helping. So it's important to get to know the neighbors, you know, first and foremost, not just the ones in the front and on the left and right, perhaps the ones on the other street when you're walking the dog or where you're checking the mail. You know, getting that communication in place, it's important. I just want to say to the constituents, we have a great city. We have a diverse city. It's growing, and we're at a pivotal point now with a lot of decisions that have to be made to push us in the right direction going forward. It's important that people get involved, give feedback at the council meetings, that the constituents get on Facebook, talk to the council members, ask questions, get clarity in different situations, because I just believe Killeen's in a special place right now.
Insecurities, feeling inadequate cause you're not what you say. I go through it too. The world's in need of a queen, so I take a break on Sunday and breathe. Comfortably lost in my own galaxy. I remind myself that I was chosen. I remind myself that I'm alright. Mama said, Daddy helped me through it. Caleb still right by me, and yeah, Granny knew it 'cause I'm that one pretty face, snatch waist, no need to fake. Yeah, just listen when I say that I'm that one. I twerk for fun, then I'm done, baby. Then I'm done, baby. I'm done. Then I'm done, baby. Babe, pretty face, snatch waist, no need to fake. Just listen when I say that I'm that one. I twerk for fun, yeah, I'm done, baby. Then I'm done, baby. Then I'm done, baby. The stars are what I see and bravely, yeah. Pursue make sure I'm proud of me. Unafraid to say what I say. If you got a problem, stay away. Bro, stay in your place. I don't play. Oh, no, not today. Trust me when I say I'm not one for games. I just do my thing. 'Cause I'm the one. Pretty face. No need to play. Just listen when I say that I'm that one. I twerk for fun, then I'm done, babe. Then I'm done, babe. Then I'm done. Pretty face, that voice, no need to play. Just listen when I say that I'm that one. I twerk for fun, then I'm done, babe. Then I'm done, babe. I am done, yeah. Then I'm done. Before I got mouths to feed, I'ma make sure I'm proud of me, yeah. Then I'm done, yeah, done. Then I'm done, yeah. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Jordan Orion. I appreciate it.
Oh, and one more time for Jordan Orion, everybody. Phenomenal. I love that I get to be involved with this. We just got to keep it rolling because we've got more musicians waiting in the wings. This next one had a bio so long and so impressive. I had to write down some highlights. I am truly impressed by this young woman. She is on the road more than she is at home, so she's taken this very seriously. Feel lucky to introduce her. CMT calls her the one to watch. Queen Latifah says she is the new face of country music. Her hit single, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, hit the top of country music charts, and all she wants from her music is to help foster world peace. Please put your hands together for Imaj.
Well, this next song I'm going to sing for y'all. It's an original that I wrote called it's original from my album called When You See Me. And this was originally written about a relationship like, oh, well, you want to break up with me? Well, just you wait until I get my glow up after the breakup, you know. But I don't know nothing about that, so this, for me, is about, you know, when you find yourself in a place doing so much better than people who tell you that you can never do what you know you can do, right? So when you see me, here we go. All right. Sitting at the red light with the sun in my hair, I can feel the heat from your jealous glare. I bet you wish that your arm was where he is in. Bet you wish that your kiss was on my lip. You're gonna get the wish I did when you see me. You're gonna get the should've done's and can't believe. You're gonna cuss and kick and shout, staring mad with you without. Baby, you're gonna hate yourself when you see me. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Let me hear you scream. Tried to warn you, honey, when you needed space. There's nothing in this world that can't be replaced. I tell you that you're screwed up, but you already know. I ain't mean enough to say I told you so. You're gonna get the wish I did when you see me. You're gonna get the should've done's and can't believe. You're gonna cuss and kick and shout, staring at what you're without. Baby, you're gonna hate yourself when you see me. It took a minute to get over you. It was easy, so easy. Life is all about the choices you choose, and to think that I could have loved you. And you're gonna get the wish I did when you see me. And you're gonna get the should've done's and can't believe. You're gonna cuss and kick and shout, staring at what you're without. Thank you. Does anyone in here know what a train is? Well, I don't know. Some people have no idea what a train is. I mean, it's kind of an old thing, right? A locomotive. Well, do y'all know what a train sounds like when it's coming your way? Let me hear y'all start up a train. Oh, come on. Y'all can be louder than that. Let me hear ya. 1, 2, 3. You heard him. Oh, yeah. Ooh, come on. This is not the song, but I'm going to sing it anyway. The blonder the hair, the closer to platinum. At least the labels told me so. I'm a brown-eyed brunette and sing the things that matter. Never did like the sound, no. It's a different kind of country. I'm a different kind of country. Hey, she rode in the back, then rebelled for what was right. He marched and changed our lives forever. One small step for man is a big step for mankind. Singing out for world peace in our time. It's a different kind of country. I'm a different kind of country. Country's been around since Hank's Lonesome Sound. Hey, ain't nothing new. It's what I love, it's what I do. It's a different kind of country. It's in a different kind of country. Hey, it's a different kind of country. Yeah, different kind of country. La 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 di da da, la di da da, la di da da, la 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 di da da, la di da da. Hey, hey, hey. Let me hear you say, yeah! All right. So that one was actually called Different Kind of Country. So that's a different song. Do I still have people here who know what a train is? All right, let me hear you do it again. 1, 2, 3. You heard them. There it is. Hey, do what you gotta do, right? Come on. This whole thing keeps ticking. Come on. Like a ticking time bomb. How in the world did I get here? Where in the heck did I get on? Don't know how to stop you from wrecking me. Let me up for this train. It's moving way too fast. We're heading straight for a future with the master pass and your one hot pistol. Yeah, it's a golden thing. Let me up for this train before it jumps the track. I learned that from the girls. I was minding my own business till you came along. You turned my into a country song, and I know something's bound to happen in a twisted mind. Get me off this thing. With the little I still got, let me off of this train. It's moving way too fast. We're heading straight for a future with the master plan. You're one hot pistol. Yeah, it's a golden thing. Let me off of this train before it jumps the train. Uh-oh, here it comes. Here comes the train. And she's speeding up. I'll get a shot of these shoes, speeding up. Good thing I jumped. Get it? Thank you.
Saw numerous people getting out and just helping each other. I mean, we didn't wait for a lot of state or federal officials to come to action, and I think that the breakdown in communication as far as formally with electricity and things breaking down actually worked to our advantage, because you had neighbors knocking on each other's door to see, do you need some water, do you need some food, or do you need warmth? And so I think that really kind of brought out I got to get to know this person. I know myself personally, I was out in a lot of ways in neighborhoods and helping folks that I didn't even know those neighborhoods existed, to be honest with you. And that sounds bad coming from a city councilman, but when the need to help someone is there, when the call comes out, I think that Killeen is #1 on the map as far as responding to that. We have to have a community. We have to have people join together to have any type of community. Otherwise, you just have a disjointed group of people who live nearby, who have different interests, and they have no similarities that they can culturally bind to. And since we're in a position where this community, Killeen, we're geographically located together, we're brought together by so many different diversities, such as whether social, economic, or your veteran, your Fort Hood retiree, or whatever the case is, that binds us together. And I think it's a unique way that we have done it here in this state that I don't see anywhere else in Texas. And I think that the storm in February actually accentuated that. It really did drive a need and a desire for folks to get out and know each other and to help each other. And now, especially now with the warm weather, with the COVID numbers kind of decreasing and vaccines increasing, I think people are more welcoming now to get to wanting to know one another. So I think you're going to see that continue as well.
2020 and the beginning of 2021 have been extremely challenging, but they've been very rewarding as a community leader. I have seen citizens who don't know each other come together to provide each other food, shelter, water. We had volunteers leaving their house and driving over icy roads to take people to shelter, to take water and food out to people who were stuck in their homes who didn't have either of those. There was a real sense of being neighborly and being together. It didn't matter who your neighbor was. If they were in need, people were there for each other. And I think that was one of the best things that I've seen in so long. So one of the first things I've always said is that without unity, you can't have a community. So when we have community members that are unified, it really helps to make sure that businesses, our small businesses, are productive and growing. It makes sure that we're taking care of one another, we're preventing that homelessness situation, and everyone is helping to advance somebody else in some way. Doesn't matter what you have or you don't have, you always have knowledge and connections that your neighbor might not. And so being able to provide them with that information could make all the difference in the world to somebody. When I first moved to Killeen in 2013, I fell in love with Killeen because it was this big city area where you have everything that you could ever need, but it also had that small town feeling of community. And to me, I think that those acts of kindness, that coming together, that unification, really gives Killeen a unique identity. You don't see that in other areas where cities have a population like we do. And so it's not of every man or woman for themselves, it's really every person in the community for the community.
During that winter storm, actually I didn't want to be out there for everybody that's going to watch this know what I did. I was stocking my waters up at this gas station around the corner. I went to buy all the waters for my home, and I seen Officer Alvaro out there on the traffic stop and with a homeless guy, and he put gas in that homeless guy car on that traffic stop so he wouldn't freeze for that night. And what that did to me was, that made me say, hey, if this officer's out here helping our people, even though he's doing his job, I need to be out here helping our people as well. Yeah. And I started assisting the Killeen Police Department in getting all the homeless off the streets to the warming center. And that was another way that the city came together. Nobody had a plan for what happened with that storm. You know, but the fact that we all seen a need and came together and made it happen was the best thing about it. It's very important for the city to be united. Because, for instance, let's use you and I as an example. We come from two different walks of life, but we are about the same initiative, and that initiative is making this community a more decent and safer place to live. Chief Kimball wears that badge as a peace officer for Texas, but his ideology is making this community a more decent and safer place to live. So my ideology, I don't care who you are, where you come from, what God you serve, if you're for making this community, the city of Killeen, a more decent and safer place to live, and I go above and beyond to say for our women and our children, then hey, hand claps, handshakes to you, and I will work with you on any initiative. Because I don't have the blueprint to do it. You don't have the blueprint, but if we all work each other's blueprint, we can come together and make it happen.
I want to let you know, the next guy coming to the stage, I always like an understated confidence. I asked what he wanted for his introduction, and he said, yeah, just tell him I'm from Beaumont. And I was like, well, one, I don't think people should know that you're from that place. It's not a place you brag about. But he's like, no, tell him I'm from Beaumont. And I was like, I like that. So this next guy coming to the stage, he releases music under the name Litany. His name is Luke Whitney, so it's L. Hitney, basically. So please look up his music. You can find it anywhere that it's streaming. Please welcome to the stage and make a big ruckus for Luke Whitney. Here he is, everybody, Luke Whitney.
But yeah, like he said, I'm from Beaumont, Texas. I live in Houston now. And it's been a long road coming from Beaumont. I got the hell out as soon as I got the chance. So I'm gonna play y'all a couple songs that I've written throughout the years. But this one right here, the first one is one I like to play because it pretty much sums me up. It's called I Can't Quit. It's been a long time growing up chasing a beat, riding around jamming Big Mo out of line. Success in music is the only thing I need to see. All I ever wanted was to get into business and grind. It's the only thing I'm good at. I was blessed with a gift, so I ran with it. And I don't understand it, but as long as I'm standing, I can't quit. It took a while to see it, but as long as I'm breathing, I can't quit. No. It's been a long time coming, yeah. Ain't all about the money, but I want it, yeah. But when it comes down to it, it's all about the music. And I never, ever saw myself doing anything else. And I don't understand it, but as long as I'm standing, I can't quit. No. It took a while to see it, but as long as I'm breathing, I can't quit. No. My main example was my mother. Yeah. She raised me up to be a solid man. Though there was distance from my father, he's always been my right-hand man, my best friend. And I don't understand it, but as long as I'm standing, I can't quit. No, baby, took a while to see it. As long as I'm breathing, I can't quit. No.
Thank you so much. So that was, man, I wrote that one in 2017. I was in Atlanta. And it's kind of coincidental that I wrote that song during a 24-month production agreement that I was in, and it went south. And so that was just a testament of like that song being, you know, can't quit. Come on. In the music industry, that's gonna happen to you. And unfortunately for me, it's happened more than once, but can't quit. So this song I wrote probably around the same time. And I didn't write this by myself. I wrote this with a couple of my friends in Austin. And this kind of goes along the same lines, kind of. It's called Gasoline.
Head on the window of a Greyhound bus. Everything I own just packed in my bag. Never really cared what they said about us. You can take what's left, 'cause I left what I had. And it's gonna take more than gasoline to get where I'm going. It's gonna take more than gasoline to get where I'm going.
Y'all feel me?
New Orleans to Pasadena, and I'm mentally on E. My folks back home been asking, have you seen him? This little light load's getting heavy on me. Yeah, it's gonna take more than gasoline to get where I'm going. And it's gonna take more than gasoline to get where I'm going. And I can't help but forgive all that nonsense they said about me. It just gets so hard to live when every turn's a dead end, and it gets so hard to breathe. And it's gonna take more than gasoline to get where I'm going. And it's gonna take more than gasoline to get where I'm going. Yeah, baby.
Thank y'all so much. All right, so now I'm gonna start my love journey. So I had a little first love. You know what I'm saying? Everybody understand where I'm coming from. Usually that goes south too. This one's called A Way Out. Everything was good, great, grand, wonderful. Now I'm all alone, all alone. She decided that she don't want a music man, no. She'd rather be alone, all alone. I'm confused, 'cause you've known me for years and years. You knew you'd bring us all these tears, but you were looking for a way out. You were looking for a way out. Yeah. I ain't asking for you to come back, no. Why in the hell would I do that? Yeah. Told you to think real hard before letting me go. Now I know what this is all about. You were looking for a way out. You stopped believing. Got scared and you bailed on me. I was ready to come back home and give you some good news. Turned out that ship sailed on me. But you can't find the light for me, no. And you can't seem to find either, yeah. And you tried to come back in, and I wouldn't let you. Why'd you do it like that? I told you I wouldn't let it happen again. So I ain't asking for you to come back. Why in the hell would I do that? Yeah, told you to think real hard before letting me go. Now I know what this is all about. You were looking for a way out. Yeah. You were looking for a way out. Yeah. Thank you so much. Things have gotten a lot better since then. I proposed on Tuesday to my best friend. You know what I'm saying? I was in Vegas at the Bellagio fountains. Feel me? But yeah, I wrote this about my little sweetheart. It's called Sunsets. I
get lost in the moment when you take up my time. And it's already morning, 'cause we've been up all night. Time and time again, I seem to tell myself that after all this time, I don't need nobody else. Come look at all the stars with me. No, they won't be too hard to see. Girl, you can leave your heart with me. I hate to be apart from you during all of the sunsets, moonlight, too tired to write to you tonight. But I can't stop thinking about how we've been sinking deeper into love. And it's like I shouted, Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. Won't you come out for me? Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. And it's like I shouted, Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. Won't you come out for me? Won't you come out for me? And I'll be there. More than just a little bit, yeah. Come here and give me that bottom lip, I'm trying to nibble it, yeah. I wasn't ready, baby, you got me out my element. Just gotta go and buy you some flowers for the hell of it. For the hell of it, yeah, yeah. Come look at all the stars with me. No, they won't be too hard to see, yeah. Girl, you can leave your heart with me, 'cause I hate to be apart from you during all the sunset, moonlight, too tired to write to you tonight. But I can't stop thinking about how we've been sinking deeper into love. And it's like I shouted, Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. Won't you come out for me? Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. And it's like I shouted, Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. Won't you come out for me? Won't you come out for me? And I'll be there.
Thank y'all so much, man. This is a beautiful little time we got going right here. I got one more for y'all, you know. Thank you so much. Y'all are beautiful. This is a blessing. What's up? She said yes. Love of my life. Anyways, y'all. So I like to, I wrote this song a long time ago. Years and years ago. This was like, I felt, man, I don't even know what year it was, but it was a long time ago. It was probably like 2015 or something. And it's crazy how much it resonates with today. It's called Real Talk. Looking for some answers, didn't find what I wanted. That's usually how it goes, right? When truth gets confronted,
But I've got a lot to do nowadays. And now one thing I know is I ain't got time for lies. One thing I despise when you say you're right, but you know you're wrong. And that's real talk. We're put on this earth with no answer. Like how the hell can we not prevent cancer by now? What do our leaders know if they don't want us to find out? I wanna find out, 'cause I've got a lot to ask nowadays. And now one thing I know is I ain't got time for lies. One thing I despise when you say you're right. Do you think opinions cause the vision of our vision of one? Even though our religions are all different, could we just listen to each other for one? I mean, I understand it, but we're all people. It means we walk the same, but we certainly don't talk the same. What are we to do? Try and figure it out to make it better together. And that's real talk. And that's real talk, yeah. But I got a lot to prove nowadays. And now one thing I know is I ain't got time for lies. One thing I despise when you say you're right, but you know you're wrong. And that's real talk. And that's real talk, yeah, baby. Ooh, yeah. And that's real talk. Thank y'all so much for having me out. It was a beautiful time. Thank you, Mr. Hamilton. Appreciate y'all.
Keep it going for Luke Whitney, everybody. Take a good look at him. Handsome, beautiful voice. Every man in here hates his guts. That's just factual. Look at your lady right now and be like, yo, remember who brought you here, right? I took my wife to a John Mayer concert. Big mistake. She never even looked at me. You know what I mean? Oh, that's real talent. One more time. Luke Whitney, everybody. Find him online. Whitney. Litany, not Whitney. What am I talking about? Guys, we are wrapping it up. The last person I'm bringing to the stage is I am a personal fan of. I knew who this woman was before I stepped foot in this theater. She has been singing since the age of 5. That's when she discovered her passion for it. She pursued it through choir. She pursued it through theater. And you can just meet someone and know when they walk in light. This woman is so talented and has so much charisma. I'm excited to let her out here. One time she took a chance. She auditioned for The Voice. And the outcome of that, she made it to the final 4. Guys, you are in for a treat. Put your hands together for Miss Rose Short. Everybody, Rose Short.
Okay, so first of all, I want to thank the city of Killeen for putting this on. You really don't know how important tonight is for creatives. So I know I can speak for myself and everybody that got on this stage by saying thank you for real. I mean, 2020 was tough, okay? But we here, we blessed, we alive, God is good, hallelujah. This next song I'm about to sing for you is my single. It's been out for a whole year. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at I Am Rose Short, Twitter I Am Rose Short, my website IamRoseShort.com, and Facebook Rose Short. This next song I'm about to sing is called Push Me, and I hope that it inspires you as much as it inspired me.
your faith and to motivate me while I run this race. Is that too much? Is that too much? To wipe the tears as they come down my eyes. When I wanna give up, tell me, baby, try. Is that too much? Is that too much? Yes. It can come from many words, but it don't matter. See, all I want is you to be right there and just push me, push me all of the way, all of the way, all of the way, all of the way. Push me, push me all of the way, all of the way, all of the way, all of the way. You should know how much it means to have you rooting and standing by me. Hey, it means everything. It means everything. It means everything. See, I just don't wanna see you, boy. I need to hear you singing, you go, girl, all up in my ear. 'Cause what is a woman without a man? Root in her. Yeah. It can come from many words, but it don't matter. See, all I want is you to be right there and just push me, push me. Ooh, all of the way, all of the way, all of the way, all of the way. Push me, push me. Ooh, all of the way, all of the way, all of the way, all of the way. Push me, push me. Ooh, push me. Push me, push me. Oh, push me. Oh, push me. I need you to push me. I get away, bring it on, and I feel like I can't go on. I need you to push me. I'm so thankful. You see, 2020 was real tough, for me especially. And I'm just so thankful that I have people around me. I'm thankful for my Heavenly Father to push me. 'Cause there was a time when I was in my bed for weeks at a time. But I'm so thankful I got a Father who wouldn't let me lie. He pushed me, yeah. He gave me a push. He gave me a push. I'm telling you, push whatever you're going through, yeah. You gotta push. I don't care what it is you're going through, yes. I want to thank y'all so much. And I want you guys to know I love you. I have new music coming out next month, so be on the lookout for that. And and I'm in denial. And it don't take no X-ray to see right through my smile. I know I'll be on the go, and there ain't no drink they make that can numb my soul. No, 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 no. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is, can you tell me why? Every time I step outside, I see my people die. I know, I'm letting you know that there ain't no gun they make that can kill my soul. No, 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 no. All I wanna do is take the chains. All I wanna do is take the chains. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is take the chains. All I wanna do is take the chains. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is, all I wanna do is, all I wanna do is break 'em off. All I wanna do is take 'em off. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is break 'em off. All I wanna do is be free. Set my people free. Yeah. Take off my changes. Take off my changes.
Listen, it's been an awesome night. It's been an awesome night. Can y'all just give a round of applause for all of our artists? Awesome. So this was definitely a team effort, man. I want to just take a moment to just shout out Recreation Services, our department. Typically every year we do a Celebrate Killeen festival. We do it outside. It's almost like a 2 to 3 day event. We have carnivals and rides and vendors. Well, when COVID hit, at the peak of it, we still were in the process of planning Celebrate, and it was really important for us to still put something on for the community, and so we wanted to plan something that could still go on no matter how high the cases were for COVID or where we were. So we decided to do a hybrid event where we could, have a live taping and then also record the show and present it later on to the public so people can watch it from home. And so we wanted to make sure that, we made this thing happen. And so I want to give a big shout out to our team, Recreation Services. I have Jalandra over here. She's our YC coordinator. Big shout out to the Youth Advisory Commission. You probably saw the youth around here. Y'all give a big hand clap for them. And also, just want to give also a shout out to our sound guys. Y'all give a shout out to our sound guy, Mike, back there. This is a lot of work, guys. This is a lot of work. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Zodiac Studios, which is also one of our sponsors. They're professionally recording this whole entire show. I've been looking back there, and everything looks so good. I can't wait for everyone to see it. Also, 10 Square Media, that's another one of our sponsors. I want to give a shout out to them as well. That's right, that's right. And also, I'm really excited to see a lot of our civic leaders here, our city councilmen and city councilwomen. Thank you all for being here. It means so much to us. Thank you so much. And also, you gotta give a big shout out to all of the artists again. Did y'all enjoy the artists? Yeah. Top tier. I mean, man, so phenomenal. You can look a lot of these artists up. They're all over social media, traveling, so you can look them up. They're doing some really good things. Before I get ready to leave, I just want to just again thank everybody for coming out, the audience here in front of us, and I want to thank all of you that's watching this from home, watching it from your living room or your kitchen, whatever you're doing. Thank you for watching this. We call this a City United because we really wanted to highlight everything that our community has been through within the last year. I was speaking with all the artists and we were just sharing about how the pandemic impacted our communities, how the winter storm impacted our community here locally, and we're still recovering from that. And a lot of our city employees, some of you are here tonight, thank you for being here, but a lot of our city employees have put in countless hours from PD to the fire department to the print shop to the water department. It was so many moving parts, and our community really came together to get behind you because we're all in this together. We don't just work for the city, we live in the city. And so this was also dear to our heart. So we wanted to call this a City United because during that time of the pandemic and during that time of the winter storm, I saw so much beautiful, kind acts from our citizens in our community. So many stories that people, you know, risking their own safety to give people rides to the warming centers, and council members were giving rides to people to get to the warming centers, and it was just so much beautiful interactions going on between our community. And I just wanted to highlight that and say, Killeen, look what we can do when we all come together and we love on one another and we have each other's back. There's nothing that the city can't bounce back from it. There's nothing that the city cannot do when we're all working together. And so we did this thinking of all of you. And again, just hope that you will all continue that same effort of being united, helping your neighbors and looking out for one another. And when you see something, say something. KPD says it all the time, but we really need people to say something if they see something. We got to take care of our community. And so this was just a start. This concert was just to encourage and to celebrate the fact that we all have come together. And I hope that you all have gotten some out of this tonight. And I just, again, just want to say thank you to everybody that's been here, and thank you to all of you that's watching this from home. God bless you, and we'll see you next year, hopefully outside. Thank y'all so much.